right, got some very interesting information here. All right, this is about the building blocks of us and what must be done to sustain our building blocks of silicon beings. This is very, very bombshell material, all right? So why is life not silicon-based? Most likely not, because the biochemistry of it intrinsic related to its environment. On the Earth, silicon and oxygen are the main building blocks of the Earth's crust and mantle, okay? Most rocks are particularly volcanic, which is bullshit, and ingenious rocks are built from silicate materials, which are based on a silicon and oxygen framework. So volcanoes are a hoax because we know that the core is nothing but silicon. So it can't form lava, it's just lies. So it contradicts itself. So basically this is a silicon landscape. All right, what would silicon-based life breathe? However, silicon dioxide would not be produced at all. Silicon dioxide is not produced, so the blue people are dropping like flies because those are crystal beings. That's why the blue man that takes all the colloidal silver dies, because he has a heart attack. And that's why. It's because there's no silicon dioxide and there's no silicon trees. So it's not produced at all. And if silicon life breathed in a reduced atmosphere, yep, there it is right there, containing gases such as hydrogen sulfide, and carbon monoxide or nitrogen, silicon-based life exists at all, it would be an atmosphere without oxygen and probably a reducing one. So silicon tree beings, the blue crystal beings that were here, are all perished because they cut the trees down. That's essentially the only way they could destroy those unicorns, is because of that. All right. So what is silicon? Why is it important to life? Plants use silicon to strengthen their cell walls because they're carbon-based. All right, now they're all carbon-based. Everything is like fake plastic trees. I don't even know why I didn't put this together before, but it was all kind of floating around. Even in my videos, I had it kind of hinting. But plants use silicon to strengthen their walls. The element appears to be an important nutrient that helps confer the resistance to disease. Wow, and that's why the blue people can't get sick. Whenever you drink all that colloidal silver, you can't get colds or nothing. According to a 1994 paper in the journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, Silicon Valley gets its name from silicon used computer chips, which is a lie and a seance, because Silicon Valley is because of silicon trees, guys. All right, so why is life silicon-based and not, why is life carbon-based, not silicon-based? Generally, carbon bonds are twice as strong as silicon bonds, and even if of greater importance, carbon links mostly stronger to carbon atoms. So carbon goes with carbon. The fact that carbon bond is stronger than a silicon bond is because there's more carbon around than there is silica, especially when immersed in liquid, and an important factor of favoring carbon-based life. All right, scientists have long known that life on Earth is a capable chemistry of manipulating silicon. For instance, microscopic particles of silicon dioxide and phytothys can be found in grasses and other plants, and photosynthetic algae known as diatoms, and incorporate silicon dioxide in their skeletons. And these are all complicated words. I'm saying them real quick, but I'm not some kind of seance major, and I'm not a babble major. So screw you if you think that I need to say seance words better and babble words. I'm working on my telepathy, so screw that. All right, so let me read this again. Scientists have long known that life on Earth is capable of chemically manipulating silicon. For instance, microscopic particles of silicon dioxide called phytothys can be found in grasses and other plants, and photosynthetic algae is known as diatoms, incorporate silicon dioxide in their skeletons. So silicon is an important framework to sustain carbon life, which is what we've all become. And our bones are silica, so don't get it twisted. We're still crystal beings, but this is what they've done to our landscape. In fact, all creatures on Earth are based on carbon now. Plants are all carbon, water and assorted other molecules are all turning into carbon. If you get stream water, it's coming off of the earth, which has got a silicon base element to it. So it's good to drink stream water. You don't want to drink processed water. This shit is nasty, it's poisonous. doesn't even quench your thirst. It doesn't have a living organism about it. It's just empty. If you drink from stream water, you'll notice that it's got an organic organism type of feel. It's because it's living. And everlasting water comes from where we're headed. So water is important. You don't want to put plastic bottled water in your body because 80% of your body is made of water. And you're turning yourself into a Barbie doll, like Barbie girl living in a Barbie world. Remember that song? All right, so here we go again. I'm gonna read it over. In fact, all living creatures are carbon, based on carbon. Plants are made of carbon and water and assorted other molecules, from phytoplankton to massive trees. Fungi and algae are made of carbon. Animals from bacteria to whales are all made of carbon now. But this is getting ready to get really good, so hang on to your butts because I got some bombshells for you. Plastics are also polymers, produced in the conversion of natural materials and synthetics from this primary chemicals, generally coming from crude oil, which is what I looked into. What kind of oil is crude oil, natural gas, or coal. Most plastics are based on the carbon atom, which atoms are a hoax. It's just basically just plastic. The carbon plastic can link to other atoms, to link to other plastics, up to 4 chemical bonds. Surprised it's not 3. Surprised it's not 3, huh? Yeah, so these are plastics. We're just surrounded by plastic. Everything is turned into plastic, so it's less communicative, it's less responsive. The beings that were shoulder-to-shoulder conscious here before, that is still here, were silicon, and they would just give you answers automatically. You would wake up. It's just no way. They had to leave it the way it was. They had to make it dormant more, and that's why people have to work so hard to open their pineal glands and all of that, because of all the plastic everywhere. It's less conductive. Is calcium a metal or non-metal? All right, so this is where we're getting into the meat and potatoes. Stay on, phone. Don't fucking start hating now. Calcium is a metal or non-metal? The chemical element calcium, atomic hoax number 20, is the 5th element and the 3rd most abundant metal in the Earth's crust. It's metal. That's why that shit hurts when it fucking starts to split open. All right, the metal is trimorphic, harder than sodium, but softer than aluminum. Wow, bro. That's like some organic metal in your fucking pineal gland, yo. But how do we get rid of this? Because it has nothing to do with carbon. So when I started thinking that maybe I just needed to fast forever and just stop eating all this stuff that was carbon-based, I was wrong. Because that's not what I'm going after. I'm going after the metal in my pineal gland, yo. So that's why she doesn't show up when I'm eating organic foods. But if I were drinking cow's milk, she would show up. She'd be like, look, get that calcium shit out of here. If I smoke too much blunts, she'd be like, what the hell are you doing with these blunts? I don't like them. Well, you drinking all that alcohol, it's got all that calcium fluoride shit in it. Get that shit out of here. That's when I see her. When she's pissed, you know, sometimes I see her when she's happy, but she's on me though. If I fuck up, she shows up, eyes without a face. Or she showed up in the window once, like, what are you smoking all this blunts for? You know what I mean? I had a premonition a week before that. She brought me up into the clouds, where she sat in the clouds like a desk, and the sun was sitting right next to her, and the sun was nodding his head like, yeah, man, stop just smoking all them blunts. Like, I was like, wow, like, it's real, bro. This is not good. This calcium shit is no good for us. This is what it is. This is the culprit right here. All right, so is calcium a metal or a non-metal? And you know, obviously I can see these beings because my pineal is coming out. And if you want to too, all you got to do is stare into the sun and do the exercises I showed you. It just breaks it off. It dissolves it. It burns out these elements by photosynthesis. So you got to be able to get in there and attack it while it's inside your body. I'm gonna show you how to do that. Is calcium a metal or a non-metal? The chemical element calcium, atomic number 20, atomic is a hoax, the 5th element, and the 5th element, like Bruce Willis, holy cannoli. The 5th element is the key. Oh, fucking crazy. Damn. The 5th element connects you to the woman. That is the savior of the earth. Remember 5th element? Damn, son. Hold up. All right, so in the 3rd most abundant metal on the Earth's crust, this metal is trimorphic. It is what? It's trimorphic. Harder than sodium, but softer than aluminum. Gotta get rid of this calcium, guys. All right, so how do you get rid of the calcium? properties compounds. Calcium carbonate deposits and dissolve in water that contains carbon dioxide to form calcium bicarbonate, formerly produced by, see, these are all calciums, all right? So that's not the answer. This is just trying to confuse you. This is all mind control, okay? He's trying to, not forget, you know, you know what I mean? So formerly produced electrolysis of anhydrous calcium chloride, none of that's the answer. Calcium metal was now commercially made by heating lime with aluminum. Okay, so aluminum is not the key, it's the lime. The lime is melting the calcium, limes. All right, let's get into it more. All right, it's calcium metal based. The chemistry of calcium is that it's of a typical heavy alkaline earth metal. Take a look at this nastiness. It turns yellow. It's just, okay, so it's an earth metal. Calcium hydroxide is a strong base that is not strong as the hydroxides of strontium, barium, or the other alkaline metals. So they're spraying some nasty stuff up there. Barium and strontium, wow. So they're trying to calcify you, you know, but you got to go to the sun, man, to get out of it, because my stuff's starting to break out regardless. The sun is more powerful, unmeasurable, and they can't stop the sun. He breaks you out of it. All right, so, and what do you want to do to even fight that? I'm about to show you. Yes, calcium is a metal. Yep. Yes, calcium is a metal, an alkaline earth metal. Calcium is a reactive pale yellow. It turns yellow that forms into a dark oxide nitride layer when exposed to air. So it turns dark. That blue black shit is what you saw. That's when it's in the air. When it's in your pineal gland, it turns like, it's like a yellow base. All right. Luckily, all right, here we go. Luckily, calcium, what chemicals break down calcium? Luckily, calcium carbonate is easy to dissolve in a range of mild acids. You can buy brand name lime scale removers, but commonly household substances will also do the trick. Two of the most effective substances are lemon juice and ordinary vinegar. Okay? Amazing. So what are you gonna drink for the next few days, guys? Huh? Woo! If you wanna get this shit out and wake the spirit glands up, drink some lemon juice and vinegar, bruh. I already got those apples from the pressed apple place, and it's already turned into like an alcohol vinegar base. Now all I gotta do is add lemon juice, which we already just got yesterday. Rawr. All right. Calcium and lime juice and vinegar. Now this is an example of how it strips it down. Pour 1/3 a cup, which is a 30. All right, I'm not surprised. And vinegar into a plastic bag and secure it around the faucet of a rubber band for a hard lime buildup. So if you got a bunch of calcium buildups, leave it for 2 or 3 hours, which is most likely 3. Wipe off the deposits and scrub the remaining deposits with a toothbrush. Wow. So, if you want to know how to get out of your trap, you want to drink lime and vinegar. All right, and you want to sun gaze. And carbon-based life forms is where we're at. I got organic cotton clothes on, but in the least, it is still a carbon-based element. Got cotton jeans on and cotton this and cotton that. It's not hard plastic. It's not so harsh of the chemical which comes in the bag, which still bothers me, to say the least. I mean, shockingly, I probably shouldn't be bothered by it, but it does bother me. It leaves a residue. I have to put copper on everything, all over my fingers and gloves. I put wool on them because the plastic bags, the plastic package elements, it's more harsh than the organic elements that are still on the carbon wheel. They're just more harsh. So if you want to break down all this fluoride and all of these elements, you want to use lime, lemon juice, and ordinary vinegar, and that's it. And if you drink that for 3 days and sun gaze, you should have a very interesting result. So there it goes, guys. This is a huge bombshell for you. I'm sure you're gonna be happy. I got more stuff to show you tomorrow. I got something really awesome for you, and stay tuned. And when you get awake, chase your fate. Don't join the fake. Stay awake.